So how about the other part of the journey? How about your learning as a student? Now, it is not only you. You come with your husband, you come with
Correct.
your a toddler son is
Yeah.
not that old yet, just a few years old. How did your husband manage that? How did your son manage that?
So actually, one thing I want to add to this, which I was starting to say and I forgot about, is that when you come as a student to Canada
Yes,
with a family,
yes.
your spouse come in automatically with an open work permit.
Okay. Student
With
open
you,
work permit. Yes.
no, you are going to come in. For example, I had a student permit, so I
Yes.
came in just as a student.
Yes.
But attached to that, my husband came in with an open work permit for the duration of my study. So he came with me, but he
Okay.
could work for anybody, even better than getting a job with somebody. Because when you
Okay.
get a job with somebody and you get a work permit, you cannot work with anybody else except of them.
Okay.
An open work permit allows you to work anywhere,
Mhm.
and you can change jobs if you're not like it. So you kind of, so that's an advantage of one of the things pushed me to get that student visa, student
Okay.
permit.
Yes.
Another advantages of student permit, if you do a study of 2 years or more, you get a 3-year open work permit afterwards. What that means is you have time to apply for your permanent residency
Yes.
and get your permanent residency while you're still in Canada. The reason we choose that path versus coming as a permanent resident, which was my original goal, is that permanent residents from Ireland, the estimated time was 5 years. My calculation, I could get 5 years while living in Canada. So I was coming as a student. We can live in Canada. Our kid grows up, even he's not born in Canada, grew up as a Canadian. She's
Yes.
not taking him at the age of 6 or 7 in the middle of his elementary school and bring him over here and
Yeah.
change the whole environment. He was 2 years old, so it was perfect. So yeah, so we done that. That was a choice. We came into Halifax as a choice because my friend was from Nova Scotia. And
Yes.
what the decision was, we knew nobody anywhere in Canada. Our eyes originally were about the West,
Yeah.
Alberta, where the oils are, most money for electrical engineers is
Yes.
out
At that
there.
time, yeah.
Yeah, right? Alberta was the focus for
Well,
everything.
Alberta. Everybody goes to Alberta. It's the six
Exactly.
figure at least
Oh yeah. So we
income.
decided we were looking at that, but then at the end when we decided for study, I was like, wait a minute, it's 2 years. We have a friend in Nova Scotia. Let's go there. So
Okay.
that's how we ended up in Halifax. The thing I didn't know at the time is there are organizations out there that help newcomers. We didn't know about that. My friend didn't know about it, and
Oh,
she's
okay.
born Canadian.
Well, because
She
she
doesn't
didn't need it.
exactly. So she didn't know about it, but so she met us in the airport, and we stayed in a hotel. What was supposed to be a few days ended up a few weeks because we couldn't find rental.
It
So
is tight.
eventually, yes, it's tight, and you know about it because you have helped few Chinese kids that came into school. I
Yeah,
remember you
something
asked me
like that.
about
I
it.
forget. Yeah.
Yeah. So eventually, but wasn't for long. Like 2 weeks wasn't too bad. But we literally we did not know what to do. Our friend was working
Yeah.
outside, like traveling. So she wasn't with us. And eventually, we found the place that we rented. It was a beautiful place, and we were happy with that. But it took 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
If we known of the organizations that help newcomers, I probably would have been reduced to 2 weeks. All the hurdles we have met, they would have already known which place accept newcomers without
Mhm.
references, without things like that. So there is lots of helps out there right now that
Yeah.
I know of, that
Mhm.
I did not know of back then. So anyway, we land here. First rule of order was getting Connor to daycare, my son.
Yeah.
He was 2 at the time. So we choose a French daycare, French system, because the reason we come to Canada, one of the reasons we were talking about this since 2005 was bilingualism.
Yes.
So straight to French daycare, got him established. That was the first thing we did. The second thing, we were looking for a place to live. So
Yeah.
we spent next week or so searching for a place to live. Once we found that, we had to figure out cell phones. We had to figure out, so these things that you never think of
Yeah.
as you need,
Uh-huh.
but they are a money drinker. Cell phone needed a deposit because we don't have a credit in Canada.
Okay,
And
yeah.
landline needed a deposit. Internet needed a deposit. Renting a house needed a bigger deposit because we don't have references.
Yeah, you don't have a credit record.
Credit. Electricity needed a reference. It needed deposits. Every single thing needed a deposit. So anyway, it was okay. We came in with the money. You can't come into Canada if you don't have enough money to live for 6 months. So once we got that, the the funniest one was the bank account.
Uh-huh.
You go to get a bank account, you need an address, and you need a phone number. You go get an address, you need a bank account. You need to get a phone, you need a bank account.
Yes, you don't have that yet. None.
So one needs the other, and we cannot. So anyway, so eventually we went to our house, our rental, the place we're gonna rent. Said, could you please give me just a piece of paper? I'll get you a bank account in 2 hours. So he gave me a piece of paper, said, I have a place with the address.
Yeah.
I take it to the bank. I open the bank account.
Yeah.
I go back to the agency. I give them the bank details. Then I went and got a phone. No, there's no way they could join me if anything went bad because they don't have a phone.
Yeah.
We managed. And once we established all of that and moved into our apartment, my husband started looking for a job because they needed an address and they needed a phone before he could look for a job.
Yeah.
And he went out twice, 2 days, and he was employed. So,
well, I have to tell the viewers here, but your husband is in a very high demand trade, so that's no problem. No, that big. Don't want to give somebody else a false hope, but your husband, I know, boy.
He never had a problem finding a job. However, this year he had a problem finding a job.
Yeah. Well, this year everybody got a problem.
Yeah. This was the first year ever my husband had a problem finding a job.
Yeah.
On his trade. But anyway, so that was our journey. Liam found a job. Then that's when relaxation started. Because now we have money can come in. It was still an unknown because he didn't know anything about, had to go through certain tests for confinement space, and he had to do a lot of tests on his first day, and he had to get his SIN numbers. By the way, if you heard SIN is a social insurance number that you would not be able to work without it. We did not know about any of that. But if you come in now, there's organizations that will help you with all of this.
Yes.
They will tell you exactly what to do, where to go. For even if you put in here, you're already going to know everything. Which something we lacked. We didn't know where to go. But we figured all of that ourselves.
Well, yeah. Okay. So it's quite a journey. So, well, put it this way. You, as you said, you can speak French, and Morocco is actually the official language. Now you live in Ireland for many years, so you obviously you can speak English. You can also speak Moroccan Arabic?
Yes.
Okay.
And I understand other Arabic dialects.
Yeah, and then other...
Not all of them, though. Not all of them. There's certain ones I have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah, but Arabic is not just Arabic. There are many
dialects.
Types of
it's like when you hear Chinese, there's no Chinese language. There is...
there are Cantonese, Shanghainese, Fujian,
Correct.
Yeah. Do you think because of that, it gives you some advantage in the Maritimes or Canada as a whole? New Brunswick, definitely, because it's bilingual province.
I won't say no. I moved to New Brunswick. And by the way, I want to mention that about New Brunswick. I live in New Brunswick now, not in Nova Scotia. However, I only made it to New Brunswick thanks to you guys. It's truth. It's truth. I wouldn't lie about that. My job to New Brunswick did not come in natural to me. I seen this ad. No, actually, it was Merdy's, my friend. My friend Merdy's seen the job posted on our final year.
Yes.
She came to me was for senior electronic engineer.
Okay.
She came to me and said, Mariam, this is for you. I looked at her and was like, as a newcomer to Canada, I never thought I would get a position as a senior because I thought that you needed to have certain experience in Canada prior to get a good job, like higher position
Yeah.
job. And Mary looked at me and was like, you don't know your value, my dear. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, they will be lucky to have you. So anyway, she kept telling me, but this, but this, like, stop saying buts and blocking yourself.
Mhm.
Can you do this? I said, yes. She started reading me the requirements. Can you do that? Yes. Did you do this in the past? Yes. She said, stop and apply right now. So I followed her, what she said. I wrote a resume and a cover letter, got Steve to proofread
Yeah.
it, make the changes. Steve, by the way, great with the English. That job, I wouldn't have gotten it if all of you haven't been behind me, pushing me for it. Like, I remember you, James, saying, I came to you and was like, okay, I have this job. What do you go for it? When you said go for it, it's like, must be true. Must be what Mary Lee said is true. I go to Glenn. He looks at me and is like, why are you coming to ask me? Go for it. So anyway, I apply, and within a day, I was in an interview, Skype interview at the time.
Yeah.
Within a week, I was on my second interview. By the third week, they asked me to come over for a personal meeting.
Uh-huh.
That was it. I got the job.
Yes.
And one thing I would never remember, Alan, from the research lab.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So for me to come to New Brunswick, by the way, this is something people don't know. Canada doesn't have a very good transport system, public transport system between provinces.
No. Well, it's a challenge. It's a challenge, to say the least.
So for me to come here, I couldn't take the car. We had one car, so I couldn't take the car from my husband because he had to go to the job. He had to take Connor to daycare, so I couldn't take the car away from him. So I had to rent a car.
Yeah, across provinces.
Yeah.
You drive.
Yes. So renting a car is fine. I have the money to rent the car. But then I go to rent and they tell me you need a $500 deposit because I don't have a credit card. I was like, you want me to give you $500 cash in top of, I didn't have that. Alan lended me the money.
Good for yeah.
Yeah, Alan, I went over and I was like, I can't do this because I can't put $500. He looked at me and was like, that's all what you need, $500 for the deposits? Like, yeah. So you have the money to pay for the rest, travel, the food, everything? It's like, yeah. I said, here you go. That was it. Alan, I worked with Alan for while I was a student. Because you can, as a student, you can work in the university or college body, but you can't work outside except if you have a work permit, which I got from my co-op.
Yes.
But during the year, I was working there as in tutoring with Alan in his lab with the research. So it helped me actually with my resume when I went for this job.
True. Yes.
So no, it was Alan who gave me the money. That made my life right now what it is.
Good. That's it's a tribute to, well, to your bonus to apply for jobs and across provinces, as well as the kindness of the Maritimer.
Yes. It's rare. It's so rare. You cannot find this in any big city.
Oh, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it.
Like Halifax is not a small city.
No.
Far from it. But it's not the same, doesn't have the culture of the big cities.
True.
But yeah. So that's how my journey in work life started.
Yeah.
Thanks to you, your colleagues.
Oh, they're great people. Not just good people. They're great people.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Like literally you feel like home when you were at school.
Yeah.
You were sick, they will look after you. Like I remember being sick and people and teachers come to me and was like, you're okay? Sure you should be here? No, I'm okay, I can be here.
Yeah. It's different from we are a small class. We have the most, maybe 20 people in the class. So we know everybody, good and bad stuff. We know them.
Yeah. Which is, it's a good thing, actually. It helps you meet people, helps you know people in the core, not just being in their class here and there.
Yeah, you don't just go to school. Yeah.
Exactly. You knew my child at the age of 2.5.
Yeah.
I brought him to school.
Yeah.
I
Oh
brought
yeah,
my
it's
child
it's
to
quite
school.
common actually.
Yeah,
There is a childcare center right in the school, so it's
true.
very common.
Yeah, no, but I brought him over. I wasn't class time. I came in to help because I was tutoring, and I was like, okay,
Yeah,
well, daycare was
yeah,
closing because of
yeah.
the weather or whatever, so I grabbed him, brought him over. I came in Saturdays with him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Everybody's there on Saturday. There's no classes, but every single instructor and teacher is there on Saturday.
Yeah.
You guys
Oh,
live there.